Guys, and year number 2 of the biggest winners from this year's NBA Draft Combine. I got my black book right here with all my notes, and let's get right into it. If you guys have been following the NBA Draft Scouting Combine, whatever you want to call it, there's been, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 guys that I'm going to be talking about. I mean, some more in depth, like Trevion Smith is this year's Bones Highland, okay? He's going to be a dog. Now, there's also Jaylen Williams, Kenneth Lofton, Andrew Nemhar, Josh Minnow, Ryan Rollins, Keon Ellis. Let's just talk about them. Like and subscribe. I want to hear who do you think had the best combine and why. And Smith, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. T. Smith from NC State is this year's Bone Highlands, okay? And Bones Highland was a beast who participated in last year's combine, literally jolted off the big boards after participating in his lone scrimmage. This year, Trevion Smith was tabbed as this year's guy, and he's paid off. As a freshman, Trevion Smith ignited the Wolfpack, averaging 16.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2 assists over 32 games. In those efforts, he thrived as a on-ball creator, a lot of shot creation ability, and launched over 8 three-pointers a game at almost 37% as he got an ACC all-freshman nomination. In the 5-on-5 scrimmage, he lived up to his college averages and his comparisons to Highland. And the thing is, in the shooting drills, he nailed 18 of 25 of his three-pointers leading to scrimmage play. And then he continued that hot high and ended in his first day 17 points and 6 rebounds. And that was good enough for the guard to drop out of the whole scrimmages because he didn't need to. And now he's ranked 34th on the big board. And he's a guy who's probably going to go in the first round. Honestly, I thought he showed that he is a dog, okay? This man just was cooking with gas all day. And it was impressive. And I think he's somebody people should be paying attention to. And Jaylen Williams out of Santa Clara was already this year's guy to be flying up mock boards. And the thing is he was a guy that people really knew he was going to go in the first round, even though he went out of Santa Clara. But he just came out of nowhere after averaging across 33 games, 18 points, 4.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists. And he was a borderline second-round pick, but then at the measurements, he logged in a 7'2" wingspan at 6'5", a 39-inch vertical. People are saying he might go in the lottery now. He posted 11 points on 5 of 8 shooting and throwing arguably the biggest highlight of the night off of a right-handed posterizer. For Williams, he didn't have to return Friday. He had already been etched into stone as one of the biggest risers in the combine, but he decided to stick it around for game 2, and Williams' decision to play in both games was a double-edged sword. A great game would have launched his stock further, but a bad game would settle the hype train, and now the train has officially left the station. In game 2, he put 19 points on 7 of 8 shooting, showing glimpses around the basket and from 3, and now he's ranked 36 on ESPN, and he should continue to rise. People are saying he could go in the lottery. A lot of Kawhi Leonard comparisons. So let's just talk about my quick takeaways from guys that I think I should touch up before we go into ebb and death. Like and subscribe. Let me hear those comments down below. We post over 150 videos a month regarding everything about the NBA, every single team. First off, Illinois Kofi Cockburn, or Coburn. I always forget isn't it Coburn, not Cockburn, but Coburn tallied 2 double-doubles over the 2 days of scrimmaging and seemed so comfortable in the low post, and he showed that he can extend his range during day 2. And he's going to have a bunch of pre-draft workouts with team. Kofi Coburn is going to probably be a second-round pick because he's just so dominant because of his size. Second off, Kenny Lofton Jr., the high school phenom who went to Louisiana Tech, stood out day 1. He moved so well given his size and stature, and there's some rumblings that he might be a borderline second-round pick, but he's probably going to be a number 1 target as an undrafted target who will sign a possible 2-way deal, because I don't know if he'll go drafted because there are some concerns about his mobility, but people really like the idea of him being a small ball 5, maybe being a modern-day PJ Tucker. And then one of the better international prospects in the draft, Hugo Benson, looked confident against this level of competition. He played in the NBL. He was not afraid to shoot it from the perimeter, nor bringing the ball up the floor as a primary ball handler. He showed that he is a versatile combo guard who has point guard like skills. Now another guy, Ryan Rollins from Toledo. He impressed scouts and league personnel during day 1 of scrimmages, scoring 11 points on 5 of 9 shooting. He did go 0 for 3 from deep, but impressed how he could move the ball in his hands, had really good ball handling. He showcased the ability to get to his spots on the floor offensively. He's projected as a late first-round pick, more likely to be an early second-round pick now. But one of the 4 players from the G League Ignite team were at the NBA Combine was Michael Foster Jr., who was projected to be a second-round pick, However, there's a lot of teams that are becoming intrigued by his length and potential to be a super mobile big man. And this was a guy who mainly played the forward through his upbringing. And he's now projected to be a borderline second round, late first round pick because people think he could be a versatile, switchable big man in the NBA. Then Gonzaga's Andrew Nemhar, who, he played 4 years, 2 years at Gonzaga, and I forget who he played 2 years before that. My apologies, someone comment that down below. He's 22, but he sat out day one with a quad injury, but he's turned up day two. He geared up, scoring 26 points and dishing out 11 assists. Athleticism still a concern, especially defensively, but there's a strong push for him to go in the second round. Now, Georgetown's Aminu Muhammad. I love this guy. This guy's an athletic freak, and he balled out both days. First day dropping 12 points and 6 assists, then followed it up the next day, 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the talk around the combine is Muhammad was about the good things defensively, and he had this calmness to him, and people are pulling for him hard. So now let's talk about Terry Smith, Jaylen Williams, Keon Ellis, Trevion Williams, Scotty P, and the rest of the people like Christian Brown. Like and subscribe and let me hear your thoughts for the rest of the video. Couple of guys, Sebron. Oh, this guy from NC State. He had probably the best 2 games showing. He grew 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals in his first one, and got to the free throw line 8 times, then followed up with 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists on Friday, and finished with 61.1% from the field. He proved to be unstoppable in the paint at times, as he got to the lane and finished with ease. And he probably helped himself become a borderline second round, first round pick. Okay, especially he's a 6'6" point guard with a 6'9" wingspan. Next up, we have my man Trevion Williams. Trevion Williams showed his vision, handle, and tremendous skill level during the combine, and he made some good passes. He had 14 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal and 1 block. Okay, and it was insane. He showed off that passing ability, dishing out 5 assists, and then I know he struggled in his second game, but he going 1 of 11 for shooting, but he dropped 8 assists, 10 rebounds, and 2 block shots. Okay, he has a lot of two-way potential. Now, there's a few guys like Keon Ellis. I think Keon Ellis was another guy that we all were like, dang, Keon Ellis. Okay, this kid played well. But Christian Braun, the man who helped Christian Brown, my apology, I go to KU, and he helped my Jayhawks win a championship this year. And he was somebody that I thought, look, he's not as athletic as Kelly Oubre, but he isn't as good as a shooter C. Mikhailou was. And I thought he was going to be a second-round pick, but he's now played his way after scoring 17 points, going 3 of 8 for shooting, and actually out-testing Ochai Agbaji in the combine. He shows that he could be this utility-type player that fulfills multiple needs, and he could be a borderline first-round prospect and this guy who could play both sides of the floor. Okay, and I think, bam, he's showing his skill. And there's a few other guys that we could talk about. I think Keon Ellis, he had a good game. Keon, I mean, damn. I very much enjoyed what Keon was doing out there. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Keon Ellis, Josh Minnow are the other 2 guys I wanted to talk about. Yeah, because I talked about everybody else. And Keon Ellis, man, oh man, did he showed up. And I think he could be this year's Herbert Jones. But I also want to say Jake LaRavia. He showed first-round potential. He should go. He balled out, after he played well, okay? He was a lot more athletic than people thought, and he's just a guy who could do a little bit of everything, good late-round pick. But, yeah, that's basically it. Keep an eye on Keon Ellis. I think he'll be this year's Herbert Jones coming out of Alabama as well. I thought he was very much fun to watch. Okay, Keon Ellis. Man, oh, man. But yeah, this video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Like and subscribe. Sorry that's a little longer than usual.